Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Khushamdi. Ji ayanu. Goeiemorgen.
Bukhair agale, ni hao, churushumme, washmale, ohio gozaimas, guten morgen, hola, bonjour, privyet, kaifa hal, hale shoma chatore, alan wasalan marhaba, yubo sao, and very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and are watching World this morning alongside the very amazing, the very talented Shiza Hashmi and Shazad Khan. Hello Shiza, how are you
I
today?
am great. But before we move on to anything else, the last word you said, what language is it? When did you learn this?
Yeah, it was Yobo Seao, and
Okay.
it was just because of the fact that today we actually have a guest who is from Pakistan, but other than that, he's representing Pakistan in Korea now. I
Wow.
mean, this gentleman is from Gilgit-Baltistan, ladies and gentlemen. He went there to study, went to South Korea to study. He did his degree over there. Now, currently, he's doing his master's. He's a reality TV host, reality TV participant, and he's representing Pakistan in the bestest of ways. And he's a big celebrity in South Korea now.
So this is how you greet in a Korean language?
Yeah. So we
Okay.
say let us just do it together. 1, 2, 3. Yobo
Yobo
Seao.
Seao.
Yeah, I think that was great. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we need to.
He's shaking his head. He's like, no, not really.
Okay, but we'll definitely ask
We'll
him.
learn, yeah.
We're going to ask him about his journey. But before we do that, we've got top stories for you guys. Let's go ahead. Let's take a listen. Good morning.
The body of the former First Lady Begum Kulsoom Nawaz reaches in Lahore from London. The PML and President Shehbaz Sharif returns from London along with the body.
Mulana Tariq Jameel is actually going to do the honors of the funeral as well.
Okay. At 5 p.m. today, yes.
Yeah. PTI delegation to attend Begum Kulsoom's funeral. Governor Punjab Chaudhry Sarwar to lead high-level delegation. It is indeed sad to lose a loved one, but ladies and gentlemen, life goes on and we really have to move on. And I think that the best part over here is that people, the amount of respect people have paid for Begum Kulsoom Nawaz, the former First Lady as well, is immense. The love people have shown is immense too as well. And I think that, you know, PTI's delegation attending the funeral will be a great deal as well. People are going to learn that this is how
Humanity
humans should
above
actually
all.
be reacting.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. But today,
But there's this very one interesting thing that
Sure,
we
go
have, going on our show. So we have fruit of the day today.
Wow.
Which is?
which is apples.
Wow, apple. And before we, show you something about apples, there's something you should know. I'm pretty sure you know.
Okay.
Apples are actually a part of the rose family, or the Rosaceae family of plants, as we say. This includes many of fruit plants such as pears, almonds, apricots, cherries, plums, raspberries, peaches, and more.
And you know what? I'm going to take people back to time as well, where, ladies and gentlemen, a guy named as John Appleseed
Wow.
was going alongside North America planting apple trees, and the only reason why he was planting trees was that, you know, if people used to plant like 50 trees and they say that, you know, I have an orchard, so you would actually acquire the land easily. And then this guy, John Appleseed, would actually sell the land to somebody else afterwards as well. So this is how it is. But there are 2,500 different types of apples available within the world. And talking about apples, apples are so rich with antioxidants that they can actually help you with anxiety, cancer, hypertension, and a lot of other things. And we have grown up listening to this very amazing quote that, you know, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but if the doctor is cool, throw the apple away. But, you know, we really do not want to go to the doctor, so please make sure that you do have an apple on daily basis.
So do we have a video or something that we need to show to our viewers about apples?
Yes, I think we do have a video, so let's go ahead. Let's share it with all our amazing viewers. Let's do this. Good morning.
Apples keep heart disease at bay. Pectin, a soluble fiber present in apples, helps in absorbing cholesterol, and thus reduces the chances of your arteries getting blocked. The fruit is also charged with antioxidants, which serves the same purpose of fighting bad cholesterol. Prevents cancer. The antioxidants and inflammatory benefits of apples can help prevent different types of cancer, such as lung cancer, colon cancer, and breast cancer. Numerous studies have also shown that apple is one of the exceptional fruit that is so closely associated with reduction of cancer, especially lung cancer. Bone protection. The high content of potassium in apple prevents loss of calcium in the blood, which in turn help prevent loss of calcium in the bones. Daily eating an apple helps preserve bone density and prevent osteoporosis. For healthy gums and teeth, eating apples activates saliva, which kills up to 80% of the bacteria in your mouth, preventing tooth decay and keeping them white. Vitamin C helps with bleeding gums, combating fatigue. The high vitamin C and antioxidant content in apples counter the free radicals, leading to oxidative stress, which has been linked to fatigue, constipation. Drinking apple juice mixed with carrot juice is a sure way to ease constipation. If badly constipated, keep drinking this combination until bowel moves, and it will. Apples can help improve memory. Eating an apple every day can prevent the decline of a neurotransmitter known as acetylcholine, thus improving your memory. A study also found that this property of an apple can slow the mental decline found in people with Alzheimer's, preventing asthma attacks. Asthma sufferers often have low levels of antioxidants. Apples are high in vitamin C and flavonoids. Both are antioxidant. One study found that vitamin C supplements helped protect against exercise-induced asthma.
Well, that was quite some information about apples, you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys took away something. We did, we know that. And there was this one thing that actually caught my eye, and it was that it actually helps people with Alzheimer's as well, which is great. I mean, you have something natural just at the distance of your kitchen. I mean, open your fridge, you have something natural, which is a natural medicine, let's say. You know, it treats and cures so many things. And it's great. You should have apples today. In fact, just go cut it and eat them while you're watching our show.
Yeah, but I've got a confession over here, you know. So elderly people, just like my grandfather, may his soul rest in peace as well. So whenever he used to go fruits, you know, go buy fruits, what used to happen was that, you know, he was very fond of this one certain type, which is known as kala kulu.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a type of an apple. So what happens in kala kulu is that, you know, the moment you buy it, it just dissolves into your mouth as well. So the elderly people do not have to put in a lot of effort in chewing.
Okay, makes sense, right?
But, you know, for me, it was so hard to eat that particular apple because I was like, you know, what am I eating?
Soggy or something?
Yeah, it was like eating a cereal, you know, which is very soft and it just dissolves into your mouth. So I was always of the fact that, you know, Dada Boo, can we please buy some other type which is more juicy and, you know, it's that we feel the bite, you know, bit greener.
Green ones are the juiciest, yes.
Yes. So, but he never agreed to me, and he would always buy Kala Kulu because I think his teeth were a bit weak. So I was like, okay, fine, fair enough. You know, we can live with that. But that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. These were the benefits, and I think in our daily routine, in our life, you know, when we eat because over here in Pakistan we eat a lot of curry, we eat a lot of rice, we eat a lot of carbohydrates. I think what we need to do is that we need to have a mixed diet where we have vegetables, where we have fruits, and where we can have mutton and chicken and beef too as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but these days I feel like eating a lot of beef.
I love beef, absolutely. Oh my God. So this other day, I know it's late, we should introduce our guest, but very quickly, this other day I was ordering food from a Lebanese cuisine. I don't know the name exactly. And I ordered hummus, and there was beef in the hummus.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was the best thing on the planet. You know what? That's going to be my birthday treat too.
Okay, so we can definitely do that. But now, ladies and gentlemen,
without further ado,
we are going to share a success story with you guys, and it definitely opened my eyes as well. You know, it has given me a new level of exposure. You know, the horizons being expanded because of the fact that this gentleman, who was born in Gilgit-Baltistan within Skardu, he lived over there. You know, he went to school over there, but when it was university, he opted for South Korea, which is very different because people usually go to USA,
Australia,
England, Malaysia probably, or China these days as well. So to my knowledge, you know, it was very different that, okay, somebody went to study over there, and then eventually what he did was, he never knew that he's actually going to be a celebrity, but he ended up in a reality show representing Pakistan, and there were other people from other countries. And now he's gone big, he's gone massive, he's got certain different amazing kind of awards and honorary ambassadorships as well under his hat.
And South Korean people actually recognize him wherever he goes. And we were talking to him just a while ago, and he said they actually ask for selfies as well, which is great. You know, people recognize you. It means you're a star. And when you're representing Pakistan in a foreign country like South Korea, and you're a Pakistani star there, it makes us so proud.
So the only reason why we're going to share his success story with you guys is that there shouldn't be any barriers in your life. So whatever you think, what you need to do is that you need to be motivated. you need to back your bag, and please make sure that you just do not keep your head up. You just keep your head down, keep on working, and let the success make the noise. So with us, ladies and gentlemen, today we have been joined by Mr. Zahid Hussain. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Wa
I'm
alaikum salam.
fine, I'm doing great.
We're absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. It's an honor to have you over here because it looks like as a cross-culture program, but certainly Zahid Hussain belongs to Pakistan, is representing Pakistan in South Korea. How did your journey start?
First of all, thank you very much for having me here. I think it's my first television show in Pakistan. I've been doing a lot of shows in South Korea, but being the first show, it was a really tough night for me. I couldn't sleep all night because, I mean, it's the first time. So thank you very much. I look forward to have a good show today with you guys and a good talk about my life story and what I have done so far in South Korea. After my FSC in Cadet College Skardu.
No. What we want to know is, well, for example, when you actually got to know that you're in this world, which was you were in Skardu in Gilgit-Baltistan, and you knew that you exist. We want to start from there, the type of background you had, and then how things changed in life.
So I would tell you, in Korea, some people call me my story as mud to tet story. Which means I was born in a mud house in the mountains of Pakistan. It's a small valley called Karmang. I was born in a mud house, and then I ended up doing TED Talks in South Korea. So that's why people say mud to TED story. That's what they call. So I was born in Karmang, and I grew up in Skardu. I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school in Skardu. My high school was Cadet College Skardu. And after FSC, I actually wanted to go to Pakistan Army because Cadet College, you always want to go to Army, and it's very charming. But then because of my height, I was very small at that time. I was very little, and I couldn't make it to Army because of my height. And then I started looking for other opportunities, and I ended up finding an information about Korean government scholarship, and it was totally a new thing. It was the first time they were starting this scholarship for undergrad degrees. And some of my friends and I applied for this, and within 2 weeks I was in South Korea.
Okay, that's great. But Zahid, when you actually got to hear about this and before you could make any decision, what were your views about South Korea? What were you expecting from South Korea?
Before I went there?
Yeah.
So I will tell you a story. Before I was ready to go to South Korea, and some people were asking me like, why are you going to South Korea? I was like, why not? And they were saying like, oh, they're on war, and so people only knew about North Korea at that time. It was 10 years ago. So it's always North Korea on the news. We hear like, oh, they're making some weapons and blah blah blah. But then I said like, no, it is South Korea. There are two different Koreas, and South Korea is doing fine. I actually got a scholarship in Italy too, but I didn't go to Italy. I went to South Korea because I was more into Asian culture. And also South Korea was doing fine in the economy. Samsung, LG, and all these companies we have been hearing about. So I decided to go to Korea, and I had some information before I went there, but their food, their culture, their language, it was totally a new thing for me. Straight from the mountains, I went to a city which had small mountains, but their mountains were the tall buildings, the skyscrapers.
Which city did you go to?
First of all, I went to Seoul, but then they sent me to Cheonan, which was a smaller city. It was pretty much similar to my hometown, like the mountains.
So your university was in the city
So it was
it
was a countryside where I studied language for a year.
Right.
And then I was like, no, this is not the place where I want to live. I had a test, and I went to Korea University, which is in Seoul.
Okay, but we're moving very fast. Okay, I want you to come back to Gilgit-Baltistan. Now, there's this fact, ladies and gentlemen, that the literacy rate in Gilgit-Baltistan is actually the highest amongst the entire of Pakistan as well.
True.
And every daughter or son actually have to go to school no matter what happens. I think the literacy rate is exactly up to 90%. But for a place with a literacy rate of 90% and somebody who is actually from that place deciding to go to South Korea, actually gives me trouble. It's hard for me to understand that why would you actually opt for Korea when you actually had the opportunity to go to Italy too as well. Even though you said that that the culture and the food and everything was very similar, but it's not that similar, right?
That's true. I actually wanted to have a good career, but at the same time, I was also looking into the cultures. We watch Hollywood, Bollywood, but we don't watch other Asian, Northeast Asian media and movies. So I thought like, okay, I can get to know about the West through Hollywood movies, you know, and we watch television shows and stuff. But this part of the world is kind of hidden for us, especially from people from Pakistan.
Right.
So I was like, oh, this would be a fun time to go to Korea, and that's how I decided to go to Korea. And you know, because the first motorway in Pakistan was made by Daewoo, which we call Daewoo,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
buses,
yeah.
right?
We call it out too. as
Yeah,
well.
so it is Daewoo in Korea. It was a construction company before. Now it's a bus company, and they were the
But
first.
there's one thing you have to be
motorway.
careful about. That is that they're not paying us, right?
No, they're not.
So you got to be careful
So
about
like
that.
the thing was, I'm not trying to promote them, but
Yeah.
the first image that I had about South Korea was making an excellent motorway for Pakistan from Lahore to Islamabad.
Okay.
I think that was the first motorway. So it was like, oh, their companies are doing fine, and then other electronic companies and you know house appliances were from a lot of things were from Korea and also Japan, but I had seen some things from Korea too, and that was kind of like. You know, it made me curious about Korea. That's why I decided to like, why
Well,
not?
that's
Korea?
great. That's great. You know, it's a beautiful story. But one of the biggest waterfalls of the world actually exists in your hometown, near your hometown. Is Karmangiri, or I'm not sure.
Yes.
Is this
So-
Khamosh?
It's
I don't know what's the name.
It's Khamush.
Khamush, yeah.
Khamush waterfall, and there are two waterfalls.
Yeah.
Khamush waterfall is the biggest waterfall, and Mantoka waterfall is the most beautiful waterfall in our
Exactly.
Okay.
region. So
Okay.
Exactly.
wow.
So
recently I went to Skardu and I visited both.
Oh,
Okay, so
wow.
it's one of the biggest in Gilgit Baltistan, right?
That's true.
So you're going
No, but
from
before
such.
Shizab, before you ask your question, I'm very sorry to interrupt, but I just want to request my producer that what we want to do is that I want you guys to please take out Zahid Hassan's video from YouTube so that we can actually share it with people, and people can actually see that how he performs in South Korea. Wow, that would be great.
Yeah.
It will be. So while you guys find that, anyway, so you belong to such a beautiful part of the country, you know. And then you're going to South Korea. First of all, were there any similarities that you found there? And then in terms of culture as well, were you like in a culture shock for the first time? Because naturally you were going abroad for the first time, and then you were seeing, you know, foreigners and interacting with them, the people-to-people contacts. Were you in a culture shock? How different was it?
And then how did you learn the language? Was it
Yeah.
difficult?
So first about
Yeah.
the culture shock. Definitely I had a culture shock, but because I studied in cadet college, and cadet colleges have students from all over Pakistan.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about Pakistan, which we don't find in other countries, is that it is a very diverse country.
Right,
You have
absolutely.
different cultures, you have people from different backgrounds,
Yeah.
different languages. So I spent 5 years in cadet college Skardu. In those 5 years, I had met people from all over Pakistan.
Wow, okay.
So I had already an exposure about different cultures and everything, and
Right.
I was able to stabilize myself in very short time. So when I went to Korea, definitely food was different, everything was different, people looked different, you know, I mean, the country itself looked different. So I had a little bit of culture shock.
Were they welcoming?
Of course they were. They
Okay.
were. They're really nice people. They're welcoming foreigners and people from other countries. So first of all, in the first 2 months, what happened was, because you know, being Muslims, we take care of halal food and everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you know, it was first time going to Korea. I had no idea about the food. I didn't speak the language and everything. So another friend of mine from Pakistan and I were together in Korea, and we ate only eggs and milk and bananas for 2 months.
Oh dear God.
Because we didn't know about the food. I
Right,
mean, there were a lot of halal
And you
food
didn't even
also
try
and
learning how to cook? for 2
So
months?
the problem was the dormitory that we were living in.
Yeah.
We were not allowed to
Okay.
cook.
Okay,
So we
okay.
had no option to cook. That's why I mean we just you know we're trying to find the easiest ways, fruits and
But that's
stuff
healthy,
like that.
right?
Yeah.
It was healthy, but you know I mean you still need some you
Boring
know,
as well,
different
yes,
types.
makes sense.
So some people from Pakistan were working in factories. Our labor brothers were working in nearby factories. They found about us. They heard about us that these two kids are not having proper food. So they invited us on a weekend. We had meat the entire weekend for 2 days.
Wow.
And that was my first meet after going to Korea in 2 months.
Oh, God.
So yeah, definitely we had a culture shock in the beginning. It took a little bit of time to understand everything and to find out solutions for being
Right.
being into our culture and live in a different country. You know, it's not easy that
Absolutely.
we take care of our culture and live in a different place.
Preserve
But-
the heritage as well while, you know, adopt new things.
But the Koreans were very supportive. As soon as we started speaking a little bit of Korean,
Yeah.
they understood what we want to eat.
Okay.
They understood what things we like, what things we cannot eat, and then we
Okay,
So
started
are
that's
you-
great. So then after a while, you definitely got settled over there. And
Yes,
you got
yes, I
settled
did,
in a
I
way
did.
that you have actually made a mark. You know, people over there love you for who you are and you represent Pakistan. I think that's the best part. We love you too.
Thank you.
Now, how did you get into television over there? Because you were there to study and you were
That's
currently
true.
even enrolled in an MBA program, right?
That's true, yeah.
So how did it all happen?
Pakistan is a big country. It's unfortunate that a lot of people don't know about Pakistan. So after my university education, during my university education, I found out that there are a lot of people that they don't know about Pakistan, or either they know things that we don't want to show them about
Alright.
Pakistan, things that we don't necessarily be,
Just like you mentioned that,
represent.
you know, we used to think of it back in Pakistan that North Korea and South Korea had
Exactly,
issues. Yeah.
exactly. So this because of media, Western media propaganda and stuff like that, people have a little bit of different information about Pakistan, and it was kind of shocking for me. I was kind of sad to know that it's a big country. It's the sixth biggest country in the world, and people don't know about it. I was sad. So some friends of mine and I decided to make a Pakistan Student Association in 2010. It was the first time that we made Pakistan Student Association on 14th of August on our Independence
Wow.
Day. So the objective behind this association was to tell people what Pakistan really is, and at the same time help other students from Pakistan, because we have culture shock and food problems and
Right.
things like that. So we could make an association that to help each other also, to help each other in studies also, and to help people in Pakistan, students in Pakistan, to come to Korea. Because as you said, we only go to Australia, America,
Right,
UK
right.
and stuff. But South Korea's education was excellent. We found out that it's an excellent country. So we started promoting South Korean education excellence into Pakistan. And at that time we had only 300 students, but now we have more than 2,000 students,
Wow.
PhD and master students doing
That's
a lot of
brilliant.
work.
You
doing a lot of
truly
work.
deserve a big round
Thank you
of
very
applause
much.
for that.
So we worked really hard for that. And then we did a lot of events, a lot of educational events, seminars, conferences.
So you got the
cultural events.
attention.
Exactly. But then, even then, only in universities and students knew about us. They started knowing a little bit more about Pakistan. We also started doing volunteering. Our Pakistan Student Association, on Fridays and Saturdays, Korea has nightlife. People go out and come back. So people would go out and party and then come back late night and sleep in the morning. But on Saturday morning, every Saturday morning, we Pakistani students would wake up early in the morning. We would go to orphanages. We would go to people from centers of disabled people.
So community work.
Exactly. We'll go to senior citizen centers just to let them know that we Pakistanis care about humanity.
Wow.
We are just like people like you. We are nice. We could be bad. We could be good. Just like you. We're just same. So to show that, we started doing this. And after that, I realized that no, I still need to do something. I need to find a solution to reach a lot of people, to reach the masses, the general public people. And that's when I started thinking oh, if I get a chance in media, it will be great in South Korea.
This is why, what I'm going to ask you is that, South Korea is actually in the top 5 in terms of digitalization as well.
That's
Not the
true.
same? Wow.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
other than Germany, Canada, and all other countries too as
Yeah.
well. So,
Japan.
how do you think that, being in a country where digitalization is actually on top of the list as well, do you think that it helped you? And do you think that South Koreans are actually helping Pakistan in terms of digitalization?
Or should
Yes,
they?
they are. I think South Korea is a very fast country in sense of economy, in sense of technology, in sense of, last year in winter, I was honorary ambassador for the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics.
Wow.
It was
Oh,
in
wow.
Korea. My responsibility, one of the responsibilities that I had was to promote Korea's technological excellence to the world. Korea started 5G. It is the first country to start 5G. They were promoting
What is a
AI,
5G? I didn't know
IoT, UHD, and VR. These are the new technologies that Korea is working, and they're doing great already. So
I think
yeah,
5G is the only one not existing over here. I
Yeah.
guess.
exactly.
Yeah.
So and then we
they're
have
working on it, I
We have a
think.
good news that Pakistan would be the first South Asian country to
Yeah,
start
we're in
5G
the process.
1 or 2 years. So yes, Korea is helping Pakistan in digitalization. Korea is making an IT park in Pakistan,
Oh,
which is a friendship gesture from the Korean government. They already made an IT center in CTTI in Islamabad. which is in I-12, and they already made a computer center, IT center. So yes, they are helping, and because Pakistan in the beginning, when South Korea had war, there was a Korean war between North and South. At that time, Pakistan was a new country too.
Yeah.
We were not able to send our army, our soldiers, but we did support them financially.
Okay.
Pakistani government supported South Korean government financially to get over the war
Okay, now
situation.
that's
so
great.
now, yeah, it's happening.
Now-
Yeah, but
Be-
what's intriguing
yeah.
before you move
Go
on?
ahead.
This one thing that's very intriguing ever since the show started, this blue gown thingy that you're wearing and the brooch that you're wearing, what is it?
So this is a Korean traditional dress, which is
Okay.
called hanbok.
Okay.
Hanbok.
Han comes from Hanguk. Hanguk is Korea in Korean, and bok is something that you wear. So hanbok is the Korean traditional clothes.
Okay.
It
For
is,
example, we wear shalwar kameez on you.
exactly. We wear shalwar kameez, but we wear shalwar kameez in general in normal
Yeah,
days too. Koreans wear hanbok only on very special days,
Okay.
on weddings or special
okay,
days like
makes
that.
sense,
On
right.
Chuseok. So this sign is also a little bit of in next week. Koreans are having a kind of celebration, a festivity, just like our Eid we had before. It is called Chuseok. And on Chuseok is a very long holiday, a family event and everything. Korea will be closed.
Well, it was
and
already
so
news that,
sign
after
that.
the Independence Day, they're going to have a month-long celebration
Yeah.
as well. So it's going to be a part of that?
No, this celebration is every year,
Okay.
but the celebration that you were talking about is their 70th independence celebration, which is going to be great this year. They're planning it a lot to make
Amazing.
it very special.
So
because,
coming back to the event you were talking about.
yes, so Chuseok is their traditional celebration, and on Chuseok, people would try to wear hanbok, and especially
only
the
in
kids.
blue color?
Yeah, I was
No. It's
Okay.
there are a lot of different colors.
Okay.
They're beautiful colors. I love blue, so I have this traditional
Oh,
Korean
that's
clothes.
good.
Oh,
We
looks
might
great on
we
you.
might give it a try too afterwards, after the
Exactly,
show.
you should. It will
But
look
what,
good
what
on
are
you.
your plans for the future? You want to come back to Pakistan? You want to work over there and probably
Keep
go to
representing Pak-
Hollywood
yeah.
or any other industry?
As I was already telling you, that the reason that I ended up in media was not because I wanted to be a celebrity or I
Yeah.
wanted to be in that field, because I already have a career. I'm an engineer by career, and I work for a energy company, which is Quantum Power. We are having a big project in Pakistan. We are making a power plant, and I'm the project manager for that.
Wow.
Oh my
That is
God,
my
wow.
main career field. But media is just because I wanted to introduce Pakistan, and I wanted to bring Korea and Pakistan closer together through my activities on media. So my future plan is in the long term, I want to come back to Pakistan. I think I would love to be participating in politics back home in Gilgit-Baltistan. The reason why I want to be into politics is because I have learned a lot of things in South Korea during my 10 years, and inshallah in 10 more years I'll learn a lot more things.
Definitely.
From people from different countries living in South Korea and people from Korea. So I wanna contribute in Pakistan, in the development of Pakistan, in the betterment of Pakistani people's life standard.
Amazing.
That's why I want to come back in my 40s at least.
Wow.
Inshallah. But till then, I will do everything that would teach me whatever in my life.
That's great. And
to
whenever you come
as
back
a
to
successful
Pakistan,
person.
please do let us know. We'll definitely have you on the show too as well. Best
you
of
very
luck.
much.
And
Thank
there's
you
just
very
one compliment. I don't know whether you'll take it as a compliment or not, but I think you resemble that guy from Harry Potter quite a lot. Maybe because of the spectacles you wear.
Well, in Korea, I am famous as Iron Man.
Okay.
They call me
Oh
Iron
my God,
Man.
yes. You're
yeah,
right.
people call me Iron Man. But yeah, Harry Potter, I heard it about that too a lot of times.
Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I look like
Harry
Iron Man,
Potter,
not
I think
always.
I'll stick to Harry Potter. But thank you very much, Zahid,
you very
for
much for
coming
having
over.
me
It
here.
was lovely to have you. Your parents are blessed to have a kid like that as well.
Thank you very much.
And we are
who's
so
working
proud
for
of
the
you.
country.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everybody's proud of you. Please keep on doing the same work
Thank you very
and
much.
with full zeal and fervor. All right.
Thank you
That's
very
what we
much. Thank
want.
you for having me.
So good luck, with everything that you're doing. Keep doing that. It's great that he has a plan actually, and he's going to put it to work in
Yeah.
the next, 10 to 15 years. Even after that, that's great. All of you should have the same as well. We are now headed to a short break. We will be back before you know it, but with a different segment. Stay tuned to PTV World. You're watching World This Morning. Good morning.
And before we do that, there's just one thing. So, ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, I want to give you a brief introduction about the other segment, and that is that once you're on television, you have to be very careful about how you look. So people these days are going out, celebrities getting veneers, and a lot of how do we put it? I mean, they just want their smile to look perfect so that they can be in adverts and whatnot.
A smile lasts forever.
Yeah, so smile is the best curve of your body too as well. So let's go for a break, and when you guys are going to come back, we'll tell you how to have a good smile.
Yeah,
Let's do
stay
this.
tuned.
Good morning.
Welcome back to World This Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great morning. We know we are because we had our coffees in the morning. Other than that, in the first segment, we had a Korean celebrity over who actually belonged to Pakistan. So he was basically a Pakistani Korean celebrity. And we talked about the cultures and you know, how he's living in Korea and how he's representing the soft image of Pakistan. Well, let's not say soft image. Let's say how he's representing Pakistan at all, because Pakistan is positive and soft in all of its corners. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, as we discussed, as Shazad said before going on to a short break, that if you're on TV, especially, your smile means everything, and the smile lasts forever. So which sort of, I'm pretty sure, hints that we are going to talk about smiles, and thus in that, you know, direction, we are about to introduce someone who happens to work in this field as a
doctor, definitely. She is a general dental practitioner as well, ladies and gentlemen. She did her BDS from Nishtar College, Multan. She practiced in UK. Now she's in Pakistan again. She's none other than Dr. Madiha Arshad. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm fine. How are you?
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. But there's one thing which I want to ask you, first things first, and that is, so what happened was that how we got Dr. Madiha on the show was that Dr. Madiha wrote on the World This Morning page. She texted us that this is what she has done, and we were very interested in getting her over the show as well, because this platform is to share whatever talent you have.
whatever Pakistan has.
Yeah, whatever Pakistan has. So that's what our job is. And without any delays, we contacted her and we were like, you know, you should be on the show.
Yeah,
so thank you very much.
Thank you
a
for
very
inviting
warm
me.
welcome.
Thank
you
you.
very much for joining us. But we are going to keep it very generic. We
Yeah.
want to keep it very basic because people over here have quite a lot of oral hygiene problems.
Yes.
And the first thing I want to start from is that, you know, a dentist is obviously there to look after your teeth.
Yeah.
But this phenomena of taking the teeth out, I think is very disturbing for me, because you are a savior of the teeth, right? Or of the tooth. So what you need to do is that you really need to protect our teeth. So all of those people who are taking out teeth, why are they doing so? And do you think that it is very necessary, or it's taken out when it's just very important, or otherwise you cannot survive?
I mean, you're supposed to fix the problem,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Not just get rid
Not
of
just
it.
get rid of it. We are talking about preventive dentistry, and
Yeah.
in the beginning you were talking about smiles.
Yeah.
I also want to add into it that smile is such a great asset, and it makes impression of a person. So it makes sense. Why not to take care of it for the rest of your life, so that your teeth should be healthy. And coming back to preventive dentistry, yeah, we have to. Prevention is always better than cure, and to take care of your teeth and gums properly in a proper routine is very important. And for that purpose, we have to give awareness to the people, to the public masses, through media, through schools, at child level, to let them know that how to take care of their teeth properly, so that they can have perfect smiles in future.
Go
and
ahead, tell us.
Have we can have healthy individuals, isn't it? So let's talk about like how to take care. First thing is to brush your teeth properly, twice a day, 2 minutes
What do we
each
mean
time.
properly?
Yeah.
Because people over here do it like this, and I've heard that, you know, you actually have to go up and down.
Exactly.
Well, I do it
So,
in all possible directions.
Yeah, I right now I don't have a model, but I can tell you.
Okay, so we can assume.
You can
know,
use-
for example, this is the toothbrush.
Yeah, look, the kind of toothbrush, kind of toothpaste,
Okay.
and the proper use of proper technique. These three are very important. And then flossing also. Okay,
Right.
so our teeth has 5 surfaces. So if you're using a toothbrush, it cleans only 3 surfaces of your teeth. Okay, the remaining 2 which are in between the teeth, which is interdental
flossing.
spaces, we use floss interdental aids to remove
Right.
plaque from it. So there is a substance called plaque. If you have ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, plaque is a thin sticky film of bacteria which is continuously forming on our teeth whenever we eat or drink anything, okay, especially sugary stuff. So what happens, these bacteria, they react with the sugars and they convert them into acids. Acids attack our teeth, the outer surface of our teeth, and then our teeth become more prone to cavities, which are holes in the teeth, and also more prone to gum diseases.
We are even sharing,
Yeah.
you know, the correct way to brush your teeth as well. So if you can elaborate upon that.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a toothbrush.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
okay.
So
So
they're
what
even
we have to
telling us
do,
the angle, 45
yeah, 45
degrees.
degree angle. We have to start from one corner of the mouth and then going on the other corner and then lower and back. And we have to go in a round circular motions with gentle pressure and giving a very nice massage to the gums. Okay, and make sure that the bristles are at 45 degree angle to the gum line. Okay. And first clean all the outer surfaces of the teeth, then the inner surfaces of the teeth, and then the biting surfaces. Okay, these 3 surfaces should be covered.
Once again, first the inner surfaces.
The outer surfaces, both upper and lower jaw,
Okay.
then the inner surfaces, both upper and lower jaw, and then the biting surfaces from where we chew,
Right, right.
isn't it? So this is
Up and down.
very important. So this thing, toothbrushing, it does about 60% of the cleaning of our teeth. It
Okay.
removes
And-
60% of the plaque.
And then there's one more thing which I remember from the last time is that after you brush your teeth, please make sure that you do not rinse it with water.
Exactly.
Rinse it
That's the point.
with mouthwash.
Yeah,
I
this
didn't
is
know that.
according to new
Wow.
guidelines. I wanted to make
And
very
you'll always
nice.
feel fresh too as well.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
makes your breath fresh. And you know, the fluoride is a very important ingredient in the toothpaste. Okay, so it should remain, the concentration of the fluoride should remain in our mouth even after toothbrushing. So if you will rinse your mouth with water or a mouthwash, it will rinse away all the fluoride, it will wash away all the fluoride from our mouth.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose of toothbrushing then?
Exactly.
Because the main ingredient of the toothpaste is fluoride, which strengthens our tooth structure.
See, Shida, you're learning so
Okay.
much now on the
Definitely.
show.
So that is why these are according to new British guidelines that it should be discouraged in children as well as you shouldn't practice it, that rinsing your mouth after toothbrushing. Just spit out excess toothpaste from your mouth. It's
Okay.
enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shida
that
wants to
makes
learn
sense.
more.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I want to learn. So, what are some of the main reasons of, let's say, yellowing of teeth or
Yeah, this-
tinting of teeth?
Bone color.
Yes, this is called staining. There are different kind of stains, extrinsic stains and
Intrinsic.
which are intrinsic, which are from inner surface of the enamel is discolored.
Right.
But
feel like a
what we
dentist.
normally do that the causes are very, like if you are there are different kinds of foods and drinks like coffee, tea, and which causes a lot of staining on our teeth. So you should visit
That's
your
something I
dentist.
don't want to see early in the
Okay,
morning.
and do well. I'm not looking that great today, by the way.
Absolutely, you are.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, so visit your dentist regularly every 6 months so that he can spot on any problem.
Over
He
here,
can
over here,
remove
yeah,
the
over here.
stains. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
It's
I
all
don't
right.
know.
It's all right.
So
Go
and also you can go through the whitening procedure as well if you want
So
to
what
lighten.
I've heard, yeah. So
Yeah.
what I've heard is if you go for the whitening procedure, you know, the scaling and everything, the teeth become weak because they're sort of taking off the outer layer. I don't know what it's called.
Enamel.
No, that's a myth. That's a myth.
Okay.
Actually, scaling is a different thing. Scaling is to remove the calculus, which are hard deposits of plaque. Okay,
Okay.
that's why we always emphasize on the fact that to remove plaque twice daily. Okay, so that it shouldn't harden into calculus
Right.
or tartar. Because if tartar is formed, it can't be removed with toothbrushing alone. You have to visit your dentist. He will use a scaler to remove that hard deposits from above and below gum lines as well to clean your mouth. Okay, so but bleaching or whitening is a different procedure in which a patient comes to us and he says that, look, my teeth are yellow, I want to have a Hollywood smile, very bright teeth, stuff like that. We will show him shades, whichever shade he wants, and then we will there are specific trays according to the size of his jaws, and we put whitening material inside, which the main ingredient is hydrogen peroxide or carbamide peroxide. Okay, and then we do the procedure. We make it in contact with the teeth, and oxygen is released, and oxygen, it reacts with the outer surface of the enamel and make it lighter.
Thank you
so
for
that's
telling
the
us
whole
about that.
chemical process, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
it.
But there's this
Yeah.
newer technology as well, but it's not newer technology. It's a product which is now used for teeth quite a lot, and they're calling it charcoal, I guess. So they're using these black toothpaste, you know, which is like very rough and it has got particles in it, and then they say that it's going to whiten your tooth. Is it really beneficial for your teeth or not?
It can remove extrinsic stains. It's abrasive, a bit abrasive, but it's not very effective. It's just for, it's not like
So it's just
permanent.
marketing.
It's just, You
So,
can,
so basically what charcoal does is in any form, not for teeth only, it absorbs all the dirt. That is why we're having charcoal in our face washes as well. But other than that, you know, it's probably off the topic, but lately, you know, I saw this thing online and there were teeth whitening strips, okay? And they claimed that they're going to whiten your teeth within 7 days and everything. You have to, you know, be regular with that. So I was like, okay, let's try.
You know,
and so I did try for 3 days. The results were great.
She's
And on
all
the
about
fourth
whitening
day,
today.
I forgot, not really forgot, I was like, you know what, whatever. They stopped, I mean, they only work till you're using them.
Okay, but let's
that's the
move
problem
on
with
from
them.
whitened teeth now.
Are you talking about over-the-counter those things that are available for
strips.
whitening, the strips?
And then there's this new machine with an ultraviolet light as well. You
Yes,
put it in
laser
your
whitening.
mouth.
Laser whitening is getting very popular.
Okay.
Okay, but before we do that, you know, we said that we will talk about generic issues. Now coming down to where a lot of people
Toothbrushing and flossing.
people complain that, you know, while they're brushing, you know, after they rinse it, they can see blood spots
Yes.
in it
Gums
too as well.
bleed usually.
Yeah.
Why does that happen? Is it because of brushing very hard?
Well, Shazad, it's actually a gum disease. It's the first sign of gum disease. Okay, if you are having a gum disease, whenever you will brush your tooth, blood starts coming out, and then you should just follow a strict routine of brushing your teeth and go to see your dentist. Okay, gum disease is actually soreness or irritation or inflammation of gums. Okay, when plaque gets on building up on our teeth, what happens that it irritates the gums. Gums become annoyed, they become swollen and red and sore, and that's when they show the sign of bleeding. Okay, so this is how it goes. So it shows that you're not brushing either properly, or either you are brushing very hard. That can also be a cause. Or so it's very important to remove that film of plaque from your teeth twice a day.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But now then there's one more thing, and they say that, you know, as you start to age, your gums start to recede too as well.
Yes.
Why does that happen?
The gums, with old age, normally bone also starts to recede, gums also start to shrink away, and sensitivity occurs because gums are losing its position, and there is no enamel on the roots. So old people have more sensitivity issues. Or if you are using a very hard, like a very aggressive toothbrushing routine, some people are very aggressive. So what happens that these gums start to recede, and then this is when you start having cavities in over the gum line, or you are starting having those sensitivity issues. So that's why it's always emphasized that to brush your teeth very gently. I mean, give them a gentle massage, 2 minutes each time, so that it can be removed and it can be like, it doesn't cause any hurt or any injury to the gums.
Okay, so you know one thing, when you're talking about, you know, the treatment and care of your teeth, it's something so important, and it's so, I mean, everyone needs it. But why are teeth treatment procedures, I don't know what to call them, so expensive? I mean, all over the world, not only in Pakistan. Why?
Even though you didn't even study for 5 years in the college, you know, for all those MBBS students, I feel sorry for them.
You know,
I know
even when the government is offering, you know, people with health cards and everything, they include all facilities minus dental care. Why?
No, but you know, this is the best part about Pakistan television, that we include dentistry in it.
Well, in Pakistan, if you compare it with other countries, it's like comparatively less expensive. And I've seen many foreign people, they are coming here to have their dental treatments done. Dentists are amazing here. And the thing is that I think our equipment, our materials, and the, you know, our procedures that we are trained to do, they are so sensitive and so, I mean, that's how it sums up to high cost of the dental treatment. But yeah, it is
Okay,
expensive.
but very
I know.
quickly towards the end, you know, I want to talk about oral, since we were talking about oral hygiene, I even want to talk about when we go to a dentist, we see that, you know, a lot of equipment is not sterilized, and then people, you know, they're shy enough to speak to them as well. Please let them know that, you know, what kind of problems can you get into if you do not use the sterilized tools.
Yes, this all includes awareness, and you should ask your dentist and the dental team to how do you do sterilization. Sterilization is very important, and you know, when a sterilized instruments, they will come in front of you, they will be in a special kind of pouch, okay, and then you can come to know that yes, it is properly sterilized. So it's important to select a clinic where sterilization is up to the mark and up to the standard, and this can only be done by you know, speaking to your dentist and discussing him your fears. And if the instruments are not properly sterilized, then you know, you can get many viral diseases like HIV or hepatitis B, hepatitis C. So I mean, clean, it's very important that it should be very hygienic and very well sterilized practice where you go.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you very much for
Thank
being
you.
with us. It was lovely
It's
to
an
have
honor.
you on
Thank
the
you.
show. And you know, we still had these pamphlets with
Oh,
us,
yeah.
which we
Let's
wanted to
quickly-
share, but we haven't done that. So what
Yeah.
we're going to do is that we might probably share them on our page. But thank you very much for being with us. It was
Thank
lovely
you.
to have you, ladies and gentlemen. I think that you might have taken something very beneficial, fruitful from today's show as well. That's what our motive is. That's what we strive for on PTV World and on World This Morning as
We
well.
love to educate you and inform you. And like Dr. Madhya, you can also write to us, if you are appropriate. If we find you that you've actually achieved something, you're great, we're proud of you. We are probably going to call you on our show. And because you want to be a part of this, you should write to us on our Facebook page and give us feedback with the name of
World This Morning.
On Twitter.
World This Morning without a G.
YouTube and Daily Motion.
World This Morning, World This Morning.
And the repeat is going to be at
5 past 11 p.m.
Yeah, until then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be meeting next on Monday, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Until then, all of you take care.
1, 2, 3. Good morning. Thank you very much.